Okay guys, welcome to yet another video. Right, it's not going to be a feature as such, but it's going to be a series of videos I'm going to do. Anyone that sort of watches my channel will probably know that my favourite game type is shooters, Shmups as we like to call them in the trade. Now what I thought we'd do is, I'm going to work my way through MAME and just play my sort of favourite ones for a couple of minutes. Now I've got to say, it's not going to be a definitive list. There's probably going to be shooters that people are going to see and say, well, why don't you play this one, why don't you play that one? But I'm just really going through ones that I'm familiar with. I'm going to try and cover like 1 or 2 letters of the alphabet per video, because there's obviously simply too many. So anyway, to kick things off, you can see here I'm currently in MAME. I'm going to look at probably numbers and A today, so let's take a wee look at this one. This is 1941. In fact, I'll go for 1942 because 1942 was the first in the series of these games by Capcom. Hopefully you can see that okay, yeah, and I'm not in shot. That'll do. I'll just play it for a few minutes. Now what do I love about this game? It's not too difficult. It's very, very easy to see exactly what's coming. It's not an easy game, far from it. It's completely uncluttered. In other words, you know, there's some games you play and there's all these backgrounds, and it sometimes makes it difficult actually trying to see what you're shooting, you know. But this game, it's nice and you can see exactly what you've got to avoid. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily make it any easier. Now, I used to play this game. Whoa, that was very, very close. I used to play this game back in the day when it was in the sports centre. We would play squash. There was me and my 2 mates would play squash, and basically whoever was not playing squash would be playing 1940, 42. Well, now I'm going to get my excuses in early. I'm kinda hunched over this cab because I've got the bloody tripod thing, which obviously makes it slightly difficult for playing. Now again, one of the things that I'm not a big fan of with shooters is the power bar life thing. Damn it. I'm very old school. I prefer one hit and you're dead, because you know exactly where you stand with it, and that's what this game has. You know, there's no second chances. There's not really, well, there's a couple of power-ups you get in this. You don't have a smart bomb, but what you do have is the loop, which basically gives you, I don't know, a couple of seconds of invulnerability. The problem with that is I tend to forget to actually use it, and usually by the time you actually react, it's lights out. Also, the more planes that you hit, you get a bigger bonus. This was converted to virtually every home system. Most of them were pretty good, some not so much. So I'll just have one last life. Oh! Yeah, power up wise, you can get, well, you can see there I have got 4 bullets on screen. These little red planes, if you shoot them you get some sort of bonus type thing. Now I've completely omitted to actually kill the last one. You do later on pick up little sort of bonus planes which kind of fly at the side of you, and they give you, they give you extra firepower. But I'll just, I think I'll just play to the end of the level actually. It's one of these games I can play 5 games, 4 of them I'm absolutely pants, and 1 of them I can play for quite a while. And you can see there, you can see that my highest score is 357,000. So anyway, listen, that is 1942. Right, okay, this is 1943. I'm not quite sure when this came out. This was obviously after 1942. Yeah, I know the year was different, but I'm actually talking about the video game. I don't recall ever playing this in arcades. Ah, there you go, 1987, so this came out probably about 2 years after 1941. 1942, I should say. Now, one of the big differences with this game is the life sort of system. 1942 was very, it was all about 3 lives. This one is about, you get kind of not power-ups, you get an energy bar. Graphically, quite similar. Enemy-wise, they're very, very similar. They've obviously, they've kind of added in like the clouds and that kind of stuff. The funny thing is, if I'm ever going to play one of these games, I'll always go for the original 1942. The thing about energy in Shmups is you're not always aware if actually getting hit. Because you've got an energy bar, it just moves down a wee bit, so you can't always tell when you're getting hit. Whereas when you're playing an old school game like 1942, you get hit once, it's lights out. Like there, I've just been hit. Oh, what's going on here? Ah, is this the big baddie, is it? I'm not overly keen on these machine guns that I've got. It's a kind of scattergun approach. And I do remember this game was converted to virtually all the sort of machines of the day. All the 8-bit machines, 16-bit. So graphically, yeah, it is a bit of an improvement on 1942. They've added a few more power-ups, and obviously they've improved, you know, they've kind of improved the sort of background graphics as well, and they've introduced a power bar system. Come on, bloody hell! Is that game over? That certainly is. So anyway guys, that's 1943, I think it is. Yeah, 1943. Let's take a look at another. Right, okay, and this is the sort of the last one in this series. This is 1941. This came out in 1990, which was 3 years after 1943, I think it was. That gets very confusing. I don't know why they could have made 1941 first. So yeah, right away, you can see they've improved visuals. They've definitely given the graphics an overhaul. And right away again, you seem to get rewarded with a few power-ups without even trying. So I prefer having to earn power-ups rather than just being kind of given them. And again, because you've got this energy bar thing, I'm actually getting hit and I'm not really aware of it, if that makes any sense. And I see we're going to some big kind of level thing already. Yeah, I mean graphically it's a lot nicer than 1942 and 1941. Do I prefer it? Nah, probably not. I like the original 1942 better. Come on, die you son of a gun. There we go. It feels like you've achieved less when you get to the end of a level. 1942, you kind of feel like you've earned it. This one, not quite so much. And I'll pick these things up. And don't get me wrong, it's a cracking shooter, it really is. But it wouldn't be my choice of this particular plane game. I would always go for 1942. Anyway, that's enough of that one, guys. Let's batter on. Now, I've got to say, I didn't actually realise that oh, hang on a second, I've got my volume control up on the screen. Bugger off. There we go. I didn't even realise this game existed in 1944, so this is year 2000, so this is a lot later on. This is almost, what, 15 years after original 1942, and you can see there it certainly looks slightly fancier. Don't think I've ever even played this game. And it's also changed from the tall, kind of vertical type screen to a full screen. It's a lot wilder looking. Wider, I should say. Wilder? Where did that come from? It's actually quite surprising that they're still making games like this in the year 2000. You know, I mean, we're talking about the PlayStation 2 generation. I mean, it's obviously the prettiest looking out of all of them so far. I'm not aware of this game being converted to any home systems, probably because I wouldn't imagine there'd really be a marketplace for them. People are more interested in Tomb Raider and Gran Turismo than some crusty shoot 'em up. There we go. Tend to forget you've got sort of smart bomb type things. And it's got your typical heavy metal rock track. I like it. That's very Pilot Wings. Is he going to get eaten by sharks? Let's watch and find out. Ah, boo. Right, anyway, that's 1944. And there we go. Just when you thought it was all over, this is 1945. Who made this game? I'm not too sure actually. Is it going to tell us? Right, it looks like it's got nothing to do with the Capcom games. Beijing City. Right, okay, you pick up fruit a la fruit machine. I'm not sure what's going on there. Did I die? Yeah, it appears I did. Right, I'm not too sure about this. It looks really, really nice, but I prefer my shooters just to be shooters. I don't know what the whole thing is about picking up bits of fruit and that kind of stuff. We're getting better firepower now. It almost feels like, it feels more bullet hell than sort of your standard kind of shoot 'em up game. And there's a lot of bullets getting flung out. Yeah, 1945, not too sure about that one. Anyway, let's crack on. Okay, just when you thought you were finished with all the 19 blah 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 games, this is 19XX. Again, it's made by Capcom. When was it made? Let's have a look. 1996, alright, so it's not the most recent. So I'm getting muddled up here. 1945 was actually came out after this. Let's just go for this one. So obviously these games proved extremely popular in series, and this is the fifth one, is it, I think? This one again adopts the typical narrow horizontal screen, whereas 1945 went for this huge big full screen effort. And there's an awful lot going on here. Ah, bollocks. I mean, graphically it's very pretty. Ah, damn it. I thought that bit had already been destroyed. Take that. And that. And one more for good measure. Is he gone? I think he has. I don't think this game was ever ported to anything. Come on, how many bonuses does one person need? But you hold down the fire button and that kind of speeds it up a wee bit. Now we're talking. The problem with some of these games I find is there's just so much stuff getting pumped out, you don't sometimes know whether it's good or bad. And invariably you end up picking up what you think is a power up, only to discover it's not. I actually quite like this one, it's quite kind of laid back. As he instantly dies. Anyway, that is 19XX, I think they call it. Surely that's the last of the 19 games. Let's hope so. Right, okay, this one is called, this disappeared, is it 88 Fathoms? It looks rather primitive. It was made in 1981, so it's one of the early games. Right, so it's kinda bloody hell, you can possibly see I'm actually shooting bullets here. Am I picking these up? No. Right, I'm not quite sure what's going on with some of the backgrounds. Oh, see, we've lost all sound. Now you may see I am actually shooting bullets, although it's not, dearie me, it's not particularly easy to actually see them. They're very, 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 they kind of clash with the kind of scrolling water. kind of like Scramble underwater. Wow, get through. Now your ship kind of looks more like a shark. You can see the sort of shark head. Yeah, this is a version of Scramble now. I might have to. What? Is that it? Oh dearie me, can't it rip off Scramble anymore? Oh, bugger off. It's, I think one word that would describe it is garish. If you look at the kind of the level thing at the top, rather bright colours. Now I should say I was going to originally feature the numbers in the letter A in this one, but I think we've probably seen enough. I didn't actually realise there was that many games that began with numbers, so I think we've probably seen enough for one video. Now, I can't say I've ever seen this game in the arcades. I think if I had, I would probably walk past it because it's not a patch on Scramble. The graphics are terrible, colour choice is debatable, and the sound makes your eyes bleed and your ears. Anyway, that's quite enough of that. That is 88 Fathoms. Remember that and don't ever play it. Right, okay, this is the last one we're going to look at. This is The Last War 99 it's called. Yeah, I mean, that makes you feel old, eh? AD 1999, which was like, what, 17 years ago? Right, it's kinda pseudo 3D. You can see the kind of background moves very, very slightly. It actually plays more like, what do you call it? I was going to say Buck Rogers. I don't think this was ever ported for anything. Yeah, it's kind of like Buck Rogers. You've got these kind of things coming towards you in 3D. Are they going to kill me? Oh, bloody hell. What the hell was that? It actually looked a bit like pteropods on the Atari ST. Are they going to throw something at me? What the hell? Ah, bollocks. that'll be the bonus then. Scene 2. Different background. Right, anyway, listen, I think that's enough of that. That is 99 after the war. So that is it, guys. That is all the shoot 'em ups. In fact, that was every shoot 'em up I could actually find under the numbers. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. And next one shall be the letter A. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching.